Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Paulo Rubio, aka GN. Welcome to FMA Source. I've got a really important question for you, and it's not even a trick question, even though it might seem like a trick question. Now, in all of my years of studying Filipino martial arts as a theoretical student, as a participant, as a fighter in Filipino martial arts, full contact or real contact, stick fighting or sparring, whatever you want to call it, there is a quick sequence that always shows up, and it doesn't matter if you're a Tuhon, if you're an absolute beginner, it doesn't matter if you're a guru, it doesn't matter where you come from, what style you study, this short sequence always, and I mean always, shows up. It always manifests. Now, before I tell you what I think it is based on my experience and observation, take a moment right now, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think it is. I'll wait. I think this will be fun, right? Because you're going to pause, you're going to comment, and I'm going to tell you what I think it is, and then maybe you'll comment again to tell me whether or not you were right or wrong. Okay? It's going to be fun. Go ahead. So, this short sequence pops up in full contact or real contact, FMA, stick fighting or stick sparring matches, more than any other short sequence shows up. And again, this is regardless of your system, affiliation, style. It doesn't matter who taught you. This short sequence always pops up. Leave a comment now. I'll wait. What could it be? What could it be? What could it be? What could it be? All right, you ready? All right, so here it is. Again, I've watched hours and hours of footage. I myself have been in countless stick fights. I love it, right? It's absolutely amazing. I think whether or not you go full rattan, just headgear and gloves, or if you do padded sticks with full armor, no matter what it is, I think it's important that we stick fight, we stick spar with a healthy competitive energy. Always keeping in mind, of course, that we are all brothers and sisters in the art. We're not looking to necessarily damage our opponent. We want to inflict a little bit of pain, that's for sure. But at the end of the day, it should always end in hugs and high fives, or an understanding if the fight was a way to resolve conflict. But this thing I'm about to tell you shows up no matter what. Are you guys ready? Okay, so here it is. And again, this is, I feel like I'm going to let you down because it ain't no like super spectacular thing. And I'm willing to guess if you commented below that a vast majority of the people who watch this channel will actually get this correct. Don't let me down, people. I have a lot of faith in the community that we've built here. So if you spar, if you observe sparring, if you really love the Filipino martial arts, you may have even come up with this idea yourself. You may have thought of it on your own and wondered, what the heck? Why does this keep showing up? Maybe you have some answers. Maybe you don't. Maybe you think it's common sense. But here it is. God, it's almost embarrassing to show you. I don't even want to show you now. Stay tuned for the next episode of, I'm just joking. I'm going to show it to you. Okay, so here it is. It goes something like this. Two people are fighting. Roof block, angle one. That's it. It shows up so often, doesn't it? Now that you think about it. Holy crap. Go ahead and watch any stick fight, any sparring match. I guarantee you that's going to happen. I'm 99.9% sure that's going to happen. Some sort of a roof block defense immediately followed by an angle one. Why do you think that is? And if that's the thing that shows up most frequently, most commonly, despite skill level, despite system, school, or affiliation, why does it seem so boring to practice and craft the nuance that exists consistently in this short sequence? Actually, that's an assumption. Knowing this community, you guys probably work that a buttload. And I think we should continue to work that a buttload. And so, man, there's gotta be some really, really simple, functional, relatively functional drill sets that we can use to first begin to teach, is this a roof block, or is that a roof block? Is this a roof block? Is this still a roof block? But this idea followed by that idea, it always shows up. There you go. I've strung you along for 5 minutes to tell you something you probably already knew. And I'm sorry, but it's worth discussing, right? This thing is so simple. Again, I'm almost embarrassed to talk to you guys about this because y'all already know. But here's the kicker, yeah? I would like for you guys to release simple, non-flashy drills that will help me, that will help the community do better whenever these short sequences manifest. And we know they do. So there are ways that we can deconstruct this. We can manufacture or elicit an angle 1 from our opponent so that we get to use our roof block or umbrella block or whatever you call this block, right? Or this block, right? So ways to elicit that. So the before, the during, right? Like what can we do to improve our sense of distance management and timing so that when we retaliate with our angle 1, we have a higher probability of it landing. And then finally, what can we do thereafter that can mitigate the potential for us to receive an aftershot, an afterblow, or some sort of a counter or a retaliatory strike from our opponent. Guys, I know it's boring. It's boring. I'd rather take a knife and do fancy sequences to slash somebody's throat or like spinning, jumping attacks. But this thing is so fundamental. It's so simple that I personally, as a practitioner, there's no replacement for actually getting out there and sparring it, right? Or fighting with it. But I think it would be a great service to the community if we begin to release more fundamental drills, understanding that there is a growing number of people like me, like you, like us, right, who are open-minded, are willing to revisit the fundamentals in a really meaningful way towards an application, right? The application here being stick fights or stick competitions, whatever the case may be. And to know deep down inside that because it occurs so frequently and so commonly that it must have some relevance when it comes to self-defense, street fight, whatever you want to call it. When things come up this often, you can be sure that there is something to it worth examining beyond the surface level. My people, I love you all. Thank you for sharing and building this community right along with me. Thank you for doing the Filipino martial arts. Thank you for being ambassadors of it. Until next time, peace. Thank you.